Today we're going to be talking about the circumference and area of circles and also the surface area and volume of spheres. We're going to start by talking about circles. So here are the two circle formulas. First is the circumference. That's c equals 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circle. The second formula there, area, is equal to pi r squared. Again, r is the radius of the circle. Alright, so take a look at example 1. Find the area of the circle below. Now, you're not given the radius here, but you are given the diameter. Now, the radius is the measurement from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. So this is going to be half of the diameter. Now, half of 12 is 6, so the area is going to be pi times 6 squared. So this is 36 times pi, which is equal to about 113.1, and because this is an area, we will say this is in square centimeters. Alright, example 2. Find the radius of a circle with circumference 16 pi feet. Now for this one, we're going to be kind of working backwards to determine what the radius has to be. So because we're talking about circumference here, I'm going to write down the formula for circumference. And we're told the circumference is 16 pi. And we need to find the radius r of the circle. So 16 pi equals 2 pi r. And now what we can do is we can divide both sides by 2 pi to get r by itself. That leaves us with 8. That means the radius must be 8 feet in order for the circumference to be 16 pi feet. Alright, now let's move on to surface area and volume of spheres. So the surface area of a sphere is a measurement of the exterior surface of the sphere. So imagine you're trying to paint a sphere, and the amount of surface that the paint will cover is what we call the surface area. So that's given by this formula here, 4 pi r squared. R is again the radius. Now in this case, instead of being the radius of a circle, it's the radius of the sphere. So the radius of a sphere is given by the distance from the center of the sphere to any point on the sphere. Alright, secondly, the volume of a sphere is the measure of the amount of space that the sphere takes up. You can imagine this as you have a sphere that you want to fill up, let's say fill it up with water. That's going to be the volume of that sphere. So the formula here is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, let's take a look at our last example here. Find the surface area and volume of the sphere below. So we have the radius given to us. That's 9 centimeters. Notice how that is the distance from the center of the sphere to a point on the sphere. Alright, so to find the surface area, remember that's 4 pi r squared. R is 9, so this is equal to 4 pi times 9 squared. Make sure when you are simplifying these that you deal with exponents first before you multiply. Alright, so this comes out to be about 1017.9, and this is a surface area, so this will be in square centimeters. Alright, and then the volume. The volume is given by 4/3 pi r cubed, and the radius r is 9, so this is 4/3 pi times 9 to the third. And again, deal with the exponents first before you multiply. So 9 to the third, and then multiply by 4, multiply by pi, divide by 3, and that gives me 3053.6, and because this is a volume, this is going to be cubic centimeters.